Greetings and welcome to the first edition of the introductory broadcast for the Revenue Generator Edge, also known as the RevGenEDGE. My name is Brent Harding, and I am not only the founder of the RevGenEDGE, I am also a RevGenEDGE Exponential Growth Coach. I am very excited to be here this evening. This evening is what I call the introductory. Come next week, we are going to be moving live. However, for tonight, I just want to introduce you to the broadcast, share with you what's going on, why this broadcast exists, and then lay out the format that you will see the broadcast showing up every single week. We will be airing not only on the my YouTube channel, which is Brent S. Harding. We will also be on Facebook. So next week, you'll see me actually broadcasting from Facebook as well. We have a page that is called the RevGenEDGE. What is RevGenEDGE and why am I taking time to do another broadcast? This broadcast is especially designed for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are an interesting breed of individual in and of themselves. I was originally doing a full broadcast and trying to bring both groups together, trying to bring the general public together, individuals that are working the 40-40 plan. They've got a paycheck every week. They have a full-time job. And I was trying to bring entrepreneurs and together. And what I discovered was individuals would say to me that were watching the broadcast, you know, Brent, we really like the broadcast. However, we're not becoming entrepreneurs. And what's more, we really don't want to focus on the stuff that they're focusing in on. We really want to focus in on how we can make our paycheck, stretch that check, and make that check become the asset that we want it to be. And that led me to sit and think, you know what? I get where you're coming from with that. So what you're saying to me is, wow, we like hearing about this. However, we would rather hear about our stuff. On the other hand, we also got the entrepreneurs that were saying, Brent, can't we go deeper into entrepreneurship? Can't we talk about the issues that are really affecting us? Because we have different issues from the general public. We have different issues from the person that's working 40 hours a week. We're working anywhere from 55 to 80 plus hours a week. We need to dive into the issues that truly affect us, that are blocking us from getting to the holy grail, if you will, of entrepreneurship, which is to create that lifestyle that we're looking for, to create the residual income that we're looking for. I got the message loud and clear. So every Monday evening, I'm going to be meeting entrepreneurs. If you have 2 years or more of entrepreneurship, then this broadcast is really for you. Now, that's not to negate the person that is aspiring to be a broadcast, because you're going to get depthful information. But what I want you to know is the individuals that we really have put that energy into making sure that we touch them are going to be people that are already on the front line, people that have a couple of years of experience. Why? Primarily because you'll get the message loud and clear. You'll understand what we're talking about. That I will not have to explain bit by bit in order for you to get that. And so this show is targeted to you. So what's going to make this show different from any other one of the entrepreneurial shows that you are seeing right now? I'll share that secret with you. We are about the business of exponential growth. So what does that mean? That means that we want to get things done now, to take the experience from other individuals and create trajectory for ourselves now. We are utilizing existing models. We're taking the best of those models and feeding that information to you. That's what my job is to do for you. My job is to follow the trends and bring you up-to-date information that's happening day to day, week to week. My job is to help you to lay that information on top of what you're doing right now. My job is, as an exponential growth coach, is to work with entrepreneurs, to help entrepreneurs to take those numbers and create exponential growth, to take the numbers and help you to get to your revenue generating numbers. If you say, this is what I want to generate, and you're not hitting that target, then my job is to help you hit the target. Also to help you to get the customer that is going to be the best customer for you. Now, I'm going to give you detail. You are the person that's going to have to get there. My job is going to be to help with the blocks. What blocks are preventing you from getting to your destination? You know, I want to tell you something. Sometimes the block is actually in our head. There are things that have gone on in our life. You remember the statement about money doesn't grow on trees? Did you think that statement? Or was it something that was taught and ingrained and now it's a part of your DNA? We're going to break that down. Yeah. At the end of the day, you are going to have the plays you need to get what you're looking for, which is exponential growth. I am a revenue generator coach. That means that I want to help all of us to generate revenue. And to do it sooner, faster, quicker. However, to be prudent enough we're not out in space trying different things out. The stuff has already been tried. Now it's to get it into our head, to get it into our business. Because there are a lot of us that are out there that have been doing this for a long time. I tell you, me to you, 2018 is going to be a banner year. So you say, Brent, why is it going to be a banner year? It's going to be a banner year because all of the bell curves that I've talked about in the past are coming to fruition. Now is our time to get the cash, to have the cash, to save the cash. Because there are going to be deals, and those deals are going to benefit you. And that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to not only give you the trends, I'm going to give you the supportive documentation. I'm going to give you the places to go to get the information that you need so that you can make an informed decision. Always put the offers on the table for you. So let me give you a rundown of exactly what it is that we're going to be doing. I'm going to always start out by sharing what the content is for the broadcast that I'm doing. My broadcasts are going to be sponsored by My Econ. I'm going to be sharing details about that with you next week. My Econ is a very interesting app, an interesting company that really is about the business of helping us to create generational growth, and to also create growth in that we are able to see an app that has the information that we need at a moment. In the matter of a click, we should know where our business is at, what money our business is generating. Suppose you have more than one business. You will literally be able to see those businesses on the app. And I'm going to be showing that to you next week. So get ready for that. I'm going to also put information into the page, on the page rather. That is the RevGenEDGE page. It's RevGenEDGE for entrepreneurs. And so you will see that on Facebook. Right after the broadcast, I'm going to go up and I'm going to hit that up with some information for you. So how about that? There, we're going to have the topic. I'm going to get directly into the topic, and that topic is going to be about the trends. What trends do we have that are happening right now that entrepreneurs need to be cognizant of? And then I'm going to hit us up with an issue, problem, or concern that needs to be addressed for entrepreneurs. If you have questions, I'm going to say, let me answer those questions for you. So there's going to be a level of this that's really interactive, because my goal is to help us, women, men, entrepreneurs, to be successful. You know, we hear a lot about jobs, and I applaud the jobs. What I do not hear is a lot of detail about entrepreneurs and how we are getting there. There aren't enough stories, local or national, that we are hearing about. In Boston, Massachusetts, however, we will have people from all around the world that will be watching this broadcast, that will be a part of the broadcast. I will be broadcasting from my home locally, and I will also be broadcasting from one of the hub spots here in Massachusetts. I am a member, and so I'm going to utilize that and broadcast. And there'll be times when I'm going to bring you in as the audience to be there live while the broadcast is going on. What do I want to do for you? I want to help you to get visibility. If we are visible, that gives us credibility. And when we are credible, guess what that does? That brings about profitability. Everything is not going to be my own origination. I'm going to bring in pieces that validate what I am saying, and I'm going to give you those resources. I'm not going to send you to classes. We're going to classroom right here. And then from there, you're going to have the resources that you need to get to where you want to get to. So why don't we talk today about a topic that is really close to the mind, and that is our numbers. You know, as a person that is coached, every coach has a coach. So I just want you to know that. Nobody walks this path alone. And I'll tell you what, if you are walking the path alone, I invite you to come into this broadcast and not walk the path alone. None of us gets there by ourselves. Or let me rephrase that. Yeah, there are many that get there by themselves, but it's a long haul. It is a long grind. And there's no need to have that kind of grind. When there are resources, you said, well, Brent, what's going to make your broadcast different from everything else I hear? Well, one of the things that I can share with you, I can promise you, it's going to be focused. It's going to be focused. We're not going to get caught off in the distractions. It's going to be straight to the point information. It ain't going to be pretty sometimes, and that's okay, because it doesn't have to be pretty. What it has to do is it has to meet your need. We're going to tackle the tough topics, and we're going to give you some destinations to go to. And I'm going to always wrap up by sharing with you something about my econ, ECON, my ECON. And I'm going to always put an offer on the table that's going to benefit you. Why? Because you're here with me. So I want to get started with something that I always talk to our entrepreneurs about, and that is, how you doing with the numbers? Are you meeting your projections? Have things in writing? And see, I'll tell you one of the things that's interesting. When I ask that of you, I'm also asking it of me as well. So I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I'm not doing or haven't done for you. It is not going to be one of those where she teaches, but she has never had the experience. No, I've got the experience, 20 years worth of experience. And so I'm not coming here empty-handed with real details, because there is plenty of room at the top for all of us. We just need to get there, because my goal to you is I want us to meet on the beaches of the world and enjoy the experience, and know that while we're on the beach, we're actually creating revenue. While we're on the beach, we are actually getting residual income. While we're on the beach, we are actually creating legacy for the next generation. How about that? So, entrepreneurs, you want to create those legacies for the next generation, then you need to bring the generation into the room right now. Do you have children? We want them in the room listening to what's going on. They may not know all of what's going on. You will have an opportunity to teach them, but you want to get their minds acclimated already. You pass the torch on. They're feeling it. They understand it. They get it. For the mothers who are in business, who want to help their daughters, bring them into the room. For the fathers that are in business, bring the sons into the room. Create the family unit that is about the business. Because I'll tell you, I am stoned to the bone an entrepreneur. I'm willing to work the 80 hours a week that makes entrepreneurship happen. Let's put it to you this way, small business, entrepreneurship. What's the difference? The difference between the two is entrepreneurs are usually individuals that do not have employees. At least that's the federal definition. They do not have employees. They are solopreneurs. They are individuals that have that have contractors, usually subcontractors. They do joint ventures, they do collaborations. But at the end of the day, they are the chief cook and bottle washer for their business. Small business owner usually has employees. And that's the primary distinction, at least on the federal level. So I'm not negating small business. I'm focusing in on the entrepreneurs, you and me. And I'm going to come back to the discussion that I started. What are our numbers? That is the crux. That is what determines who we are and what we're about. That tells us whether we're in business or not. I said in another show, I talked about Shark Tank. And I said, this is the revenue generator tank. In the show, Shark Tank, that we oftentimes see on TV, right after the presentation, what is the very first thing that the sharks are going to ask? They want to know your numbers. So do you know your numbers? Do you know those numbers every single week? Do you know those year to date, month to date, week to date, day to date? Do you know your numbers? And if you do not know your numbers, is a sign of a problem. Quite frankly, you're not in business. We are not in business if we don't know our numbers. And if your numbers are a donut, you can either have a donut or digits, donut or digits, donut or digits. Which one do you have? Oh, I should go donut or digits, right? Donuts or digits, donuts or digits. What do you have? I will tell you this. If in fact it's donuts, is there a reason why there are donuts? Have we gotten out and made the offers to the public and let them know what we have and look at what do they need, what do we have? If they in fact need what we have, then are we getting the message out to them? There are a lot of behind the scenes. When anybody sees you, they see you. You're the face of the company. What they're not seeing is all the other stuff that goes on that gets you to the point where you sit and you look great, where you sit and you share your business. They don't see everything that's behind you. You know everything that's behind you. Do you see everything that's behind you? Today was just the intro. Oh, we're going to get hard in here, baby. We're going to get jiggy up in here. Why? Because there's so much opportunity for us. And we need to seize it, seize it, seize it. And that's what's going to make this broadcast so much different. Because you're going to get the real conversation. You're going to get the real deal. We're going to talk about the things that matter, that are necessary for us to be phenomenally successful. No bars held on that one. What's also going to make this different, what's also going to make this a show that you're going to want to watch, is that you're going to get the nugget straight up and in front. Be quick. Why? Because I don't want to take away from your time. I want to give you the solid information and have you run with the ball. We're all running that race. And there's enough room for all of us. See, I don't see competition because there's all, as unique as your DNA is, as unique as our DNA is, that's how unique we can make our business. There's a niche in there somewhere because truth be told, not everybody wants to do what we're doing. And I'll tell you this, it doesn't matter what type of business you are in terms of your entrepreneurship. You can be a solopreneur. You can be a baker. You can be anything. You can be a networker. You can be a network marketer. It does not matter. We're going to lay principles on top. We're going to lay models on top. We're going to lay the information that you need to make this work for your business. No competition, again, because there's something you are going to find the unique component that makes you stand out. Are you clear about what your business is? Have you honed in on what your business is? Are you trying to do 4, 5, and 6 things? Taking the time to build one solid piece, have that up and running and moving, and then add another piece. Then add another piece. Sometimes we're doing so much, we're splintering, we're slicing it up too thin. You will have to make the decision. My role is to give you the nuggets of information so that you can make the informed decision. This, I chose to do this. This is a part of the give back. You know, sometimes we can use our skills to benefit others. Sometimes we get that opportunity to benefit somebody else. And that's what I would like to do for you. So with that being said, what are we going to be talking about next week? Next week, I'll be touching on trends. What are the trends that you and I as entrepreneurs need to be cognizant of? I'll be talking about preparation from an entrepreneur's view for 2018, quarter by quarter. I'll be talking about the numbers, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the numbers. Now, I'm going to hit the numbers first before we talk about the clarity of what our businesses actually are. And the reason I'm going to hit those numbers first is so that you get clear in your mind about numbers. And you start looking at the ratio of my numbers to the time that I'm putting in. That's what I'm going to talk about. We're going to work with each other and build with each other. Wow. I want to really say thank you for the introductory, for attending, if you will, the introductory. Next week is the maiden voyage, and from that point on, it's full throttle. I want to give a shout out to Donna Johns. And the reason I want to give a shout out to her is because she stayed on top of me. Brent, when can I get that link? When are we going to get started? And so I really do appreciate her. So I just wanted to go give you some love and say, I really do appreciate you. By the way, we are going to be acknowledging entrepreneurs on this broadcast. So it's not just going to be me just being a talking head to you. We're going to acknowledge, and we're going to tell you why we're acknowledging. If you've got a story, we want to hear about it. I want to hear about it. I want to be able to share that story. I may very well be interviewing you right here on the broadcast because all of us have stories. We have success stories and we have the shortcomings. People will refer to that as a failure. What do we know about the light bulb? How many times did Edison fail? And by the way, Edison had some compadres with him. How many times did he fail forward? 1,000 times. And what did he say about the 1,000 times? He didn't consider them necessarily failures. What he said, as I know 1,000 ways not. I only needed one way to make it happen. Lee Iacocca, how many times was he fired from his job? He said he was fired from 7 different companies. Look where he is today. Think about Oprah Winfrey. Her story. She was told she was not ever going to be a success. Are you watching her channel? That's what I'm talking about. There are national success stories. I want to hear the local success stories. I want to hear about the Sharon Nixes. I want to hear about the Kimberly Houstons. I want to hear about the Amanda Bruins. I want to hear about the local stories of the world. Because we all have a story to tell, and we're all looking to get to the top, to get to the tippy top, and to pass it on to the next generation. So I want you to get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready for some excitement. Get ready for an infusion. Get ready for entrepreneurship at its finest. 2018 is going to be a banner year. We've got November and December. We've got 8 weeks to lay out the footprint because we want to hit the ground running. You know, a lot of times people will sleep in November and December. We don't want you to sleep. We want you to be the ones that are staying awake, staying on top of your game, not allowing the holidays and all of the other dynamics to get in the way. Keep the nose to the grind. Handle the business. Handle the problems, issues, and concerns so that by this time next year, when you come to my signature event, which will be E3 Power Up 2018, you will be coming singing a song about the successes that you've had in 2018 to date. So with that being said, let me ask you to put a date on your calendar, and that is going to be Thursday, December 7th. I am hosting a after party. It's called After Party 2. It has to do with an event that I sponsored. Well, I shouldn't say that I sponsored an event that I produced called E3 Power Up. It occurred this year in September. It's going to occur in 2018 in September. And we're celebrating. We're going to continue to celebrate everybody's successes, everybody's good stuff that has occurred since that event, since September 30th. And we're going to carry it through to next year because we as entrepreneurs need to take time to smell the coffee, take time to smell the flowers, take time to celebrate the strength, take time to celebrate the wins. That's right. You know, we get so caught up that we don't celebrate like we ought to. And we've got a lot of wins. So next week, I want you to get prepared because we're going to work next week. Get out that piece of paper, get out that log that you keep your information in, because next week, the focus is all about the numbers. We're going to start with the numbers, then we're going to work back to clarity. Remember, I'm at the top for all of us entrepreneurs. There is no competition, but the competition we create in our mind. We are going to remove the blocks and get ready to absolutely, extraordinary, amazing, fulfilled, leaving legacies for the next generation, bringing on entrepreneurship as a career path. Doesn't matter what age we are, there is still time. Unless you're in the ground, there's still time. I want to thank you for being with me today. I want to share with you that you are welcome to go up to the Facebook page, and we are going to also start a closed group page for the Revenue Generator. We're going to be able to share details. Right now, we just want to invite you in. Go out tonight and work your business. Notice I didn't say go out and stop doing. No, there's still time. Utilize that phone and stop making calls because our day hasn't ended yet. With that being said, I want to thank you very, very much for being with me. I will see you here next week at the Revenue Generator Edge. Till next week.